Glover, Bristol Rovers Ability captain, 29, up front striker.
Obviously, your club captain for Bristol Rovers Ability team.
Yeah.
How big of a responsibility is that to you? And does it make you feel more confident to be captain?
Yeah, it's a huge responsibility. It's not just on the pitch as a leader, it's also the stuff behind the scenes. If the lads are having a terrible week or there's something going on, I like to think they can come to me, and a lot of the lads do, and we try and resolve it. And sometimes it's just a friendly chat that they need to get them through an awful week or whatever the case may be.
You talk about the club being a family and how positive it is, and just leading on to that, and brings me into my final question. If you could describe the club as a whole in a quote, what would that quote be, and why would it be that quote for you?
Let's sit here and think of quotes now. Why not? Live, laugh, love. You live for every Sunday. Every time we go down on Sunday, you're looking forward to training. You're looking forward to seeing the lads and the ladies. We've now got girls playing for us as well, and a youth team. So we're starting to branch out. Laugh again. It's a good laugh. It's pretty simple, and love. We just love all your teammates. From the Tims of the team to my cousins George and Cole, to Jason, our coach, right up to like Pat and Ian, and of course our manager Jane herself.
So you talk about having family and friends around you. Is that very beneficial for like your mental well-being and
100%.
like training every Sunday with them and trying to have a laugh with them?
Yeah, 100%. It's nice to know that if you do mess up in a tournament, they're going to have your back, and vice versa. So it's always nice to have those people around you to keep you going, and they all do a brilliant job. Everyone's always positive. No one's ever on your back if you do mess up during the tournament, if you miss a penalty or whatever the case may be. It's always get up, get going, and do it again. Don't let your head drop.
Again, thank you for taking the time to
My
talk
pleasure.
to me.
Mark Mackenzie James, age 42, position defender.
So, as a player, what have been some of the biggest challenges you've faced in your football career?
Playing with people with different abilities and different disabilities as well, because being a disability team has been nice to be able to work out what other people have got, and how I can work around it with them and help them, and then help myself as well at the same time.
So, can you describe a typical training session? How would that look, and how do people with different disabilities get involved in that training session?
Well, we all try and help out with them, try and help them, like when they get a bit frustrated, they can't score, they can't do something in a training session, sort of give them a bit of encouragement, and also help me as well, because helping them, it makes me feel achievement that they're doing it.
So, what's the proudest moment in your football career so far?
Well, winning it last season. Proud moment for me was winning it this season and being able to say that I achieved it. I did a lot of work to achieve it, and hopefully we can achieve it again this year. Well, it was quite scary situation, because it's something I never thought about I would ever have. The club were very supportive, and they basically said to me, "But did you still want to play? There's other options for you." They put the option for coaching for me. First of all, I said, "No, I don't want to do it. I wanted to carry on playing." But then I realised my health's a lot more important, so I finished the season, and now I'm coaching the younger ones in progress of getting my coaching badges. Well, it occurred basically, I just had a little bit of chest pain, and it occurred, and I was in hospital and told me I had a mild heart attack. I was on a heart monitor, so I was checking my heart monitor, checking my blood pressure 4 or 5 times a day when I was in hospital, and I was given a lot of medication to help me. And then also I had to change my diet slightly, and obviously give up energy drinks, which was what caused it, and then gave up smoking as well. So a little bit more of a life choice of had to change the way I eat and change my lifestyle. Yeah, I have a mother come in most of the time. I had friends come in. Also had some of the ability team managers, Pat, Jay and Ian, all ring me while I was hospital. Even Jason rang me as well to ask how I was. Everyone was always asking, even people within work were asking. Well, when it comes to training and tournaments, Ian's always the first person to say, "Mark, have you got your spray?" "Yes, it's in my bag," or "the first aider's got it," whoever. Even at tournaments, first thing he says to me, he sees me, he goes, "Who's got your spray?" I go, "First aider's got it." "Okay, that's fine." Always making sure I'm alright. If I come and get a drink, whatever else, you're asking, "How are you?" But then my other teammates as well, they're looking out for me, thinking, they're putting a thumbs up to me saying, "You okay? Do you want to come off?" And normally I say no, because I want to play, but they're always checking on me because I'm right, and sort of making sure I'm right. If they can see me getting out of breath, they're like, "Right, Mark, go get a drink, calm down, breathe, chill, get yourself back up to normal."
I'll tell you my age. Hello, my name's Pat Gardner. I am on the committee of Bristol Rovers Ability Football Club. I sort out things like safeguarding and welfare. I also do first aid lead. I'm also a fundraiser, applying for the money we need to keep the football team going. I'm from Portshead, and I travel all the way around our fair counties doing football with these wonderful people. I'm over 21. Well, first off, the Football Association requires that if you have people who are vulnerable, and for those who have disabilities, they are classed as vulnerable people, whether they're adults or children. But when we established our youth team last summer, there had to be a dedicated welfare and safeguarding officer, because we have people under the age of 18. So the FA has different courses that have to be completed before you can take up the role, which we'd only discovered about 3 weeks before we were going to start. So it was a quick fire thing, and we had to get it organised, and I put my hand up because in my previous role before I finished, I was in Avon Somerset Police for 30 years, and I had to do a safeguarding role in my role as a police community support officer, which made it less difficult to absorb the concepts because I already knew most of them. But from a footballing angle, it was slightly different, and we kind of got through it with the help of my colleague Jane and some of the other people on the committee, and here I am. So yeah, it's a challenge, but it's very, very rewarding. We need to take everybody as an individual. You can't class anyone as being typical. Everybody is original and unique. Their experience of life is different to everybody else. For someone who was born with Down syndrome is entirely different to somebody who was born with a physical disability. We have both kinds of players in our team. We also have people who've acquired injury during the course of their life. We've also have people who've had sudden medical problems. For example, we have someone who had a heart attack last year who's not quite sure whether they will continue playing and is moving forward to become a coach, which is absolutely amazing because we discovered that he's got a natural knack of showing people how to do things, which is obviously an untapped talent that he didn't realise he had. So it's good for his personal growth as well as the fact of helping him to still to feel that he's of value to the club. I'm available to anybody who needs to speak, whether it's something to do with footballing, whether it's something to do with what's happening at home, if they've got a problem with paying their sub.
So please introduce yourself, your position at Rovers Ability, and your age.
I'm not telling you my age. Hello, my name's Pat Gardner. I am on the committee of Bristol Rovers Ability Football Club. I sort out things like safeguarding and welfare. I also do first aid lead. I'm also a fundraiser, applying for the money we need to keep the football team going. I'm from Portishead, and I travel all the way around our fair counties doing the football with these wonderful people. I'm over 21, and that's about as much as you need to know at the moment.
So going back off what you just said there, what led you to become a safeguarding and welfare personnel?
Yeah.
So how do you handle a disclosure from a non-verbal individual or someone with limited communication ability?
We take great pride in being as inclusive as we can possibly can, which means that everyone's needs have to be accommodated. We have an individual who's without speech. I think we would know very quickly if something was going wrong, but we have great connections with parents and support workers, and I feel sure that this particular individual or someone who's in a similar situation, we make a point of being as connected to the family as we can possibly do so. The one I'm thinking of, he might not come out with words, but he certainly comes out with how he feels, so it would be very evident. And we would encourage everybody to be like that, because if something's not right, we want to know about it.
I'm George, age 30, goalkeeper.
So can you tell me about your disability and how it shaped you to approach the game that you love and wanted to play?
So I was born with scoliosis, pretty much, and to be a goalkeeper, obviously you need to dive around, stuff like that. So I thought, okay, it's going to be bad if I probably make the injury worse. And so then I had spinal fusion, so I got like metal rods all up and down my spine. And then I got into football, playing football, and then I found Bristol Rovers Ability, and they welcomed me with open arms.
So obviously, playing for goalkeeper for Bristol Rovers, there's a lot of diving about, and obviously, not many people are going to see, because obviously, it's out of shot. But obviously, you've actually teared your MCL.
Yeah.
How has the club helped you after tearing that?
So they were quick and swift of getting first aid, and I was in the hospital in minutes, and now they keep, every day I get messages, make sure I'm okay. They're helping with my mental health, mental well-being, and just wishing me a speedy recovery.
So the final question, before we wrap this up, what advice would you give to young athletes with disabilities who want to pursue a career in football or any sport in general?
Tell them go for it. Sky's the limit. You can do whatever. Just got to find the clubs out there, and luckily Rovers Ability are one of those. So do it. Don't be scared.
Perfect.
Alright, so I'm Jane. I work at the club. I do everything really. I'm classed as a head coach, managing director. We've got 4 teams of players at the club, from youth level up to adults of 65 years of age. So very varied. I started off as a parent coming along and supporting my child through the football, joining the football team. And then he wanted to develop himself not only playing football but to go into coaching. So I did the coaching course with him, qualified, come back, put a lot of time in coaching during the training sessions, and then once I got qualified with that, they then asked me if I wanted to do my level 2, which I went on and did. Once I qualified with that, the management at the time were actually happy with the progression that I'd made and asked if I wanted to start running the club. And I did. I open-heartedly did it, and yes, it was going to be a challenge, but managed it and built the club up from a couple of teams to the size of the club now. It's all rewarding, just to provide football to players that actually haven't got the chance to play anywhere else, and they come along here and they can hardly kick a ball, they've got lack of communication, and they've overcome all that. They communicate, they play football. We also won the championship of the league that we were in. Last year we won 2 of our leagues, and this year, because we've won our league, we're now going on to the regionals and playing in a couple of weeks' time with all the other winners in their area. So yeah, it's just all rewarding just to see their faces and succeed. We communicate. We're fully open to conversations with parents and carers before and after the session, via WhatsApp and chats. We talk to them about things that are bothering players, and we find out what helps them as well by talking and communicating with carers and also the person. You can't have a better answer than from the person themselves, and then we adapt our sessions for their needs. Confidence levels. Confidence levels are built. You've got people with non-verbal communication coming to the club, or people with, their confidence is they haven't got any friends outside of the club and that. And they join the club, you've now got them talking, they communicate, and they've made friends within the club. It's not a case of playing football and then going home. We do stay after, and players stay, and we have a chat, and maybe a glass of water or a dark coke or something like that, and we just chat and provide the time to listen to them and support them, and they have made a huge friendship. Yeah, there's so much advice that you can give. Just don't let it stop you. There's no limit. You can do what you want to do and what you can do. There's no such thing as can't. We've got a website, www.bristolroversability.co.uk, bristolroversabilityfc.co.uk, and we've also got an email address, bristolroversability@gmail.com. So you can always contact on one of those, and just come along and see what it's about. This is what we get players to do when they initially contact. Is just come along, see what you think, and have a good time joining in, and if you like it, then you like it, and it's great. Well, normally as a club, we would be running down now, but we've won the Championship League, so we're going to go on to the next one, and we're going to be doing regionals in a couple of weeks' time. But the most fun bit of it, the very end of the season, on the 13th of July, we're going to Barnstable to play a few teams down in Barnstable. And we're going with Euro coaches, so that's going to be a great day. And it's all of our teams, the youth teams, Development League 2 and our new championship team. So it's just going to be a fun day out for all the family. It's not just the players, it's everybody. Obviously it's player funded, so players do pay subs and a membership fee. But we do try to contact the businesses in the local community to try and get sponsorships and have a name printed along the kit. We are in the process of trying to get sponsorship at the moment, so any businesses out there that do want to join us and become a sponsor of our kit, or even a player, or sponsorship of pitch hire, because pitch hires aren't cheap, more than welcome to come and contact us and see what we can do.
But well done today on the whole, guys. Get all the equipment in and you guys can get on.
Yeah.